What's up, YouTubers? This is Phoebe with Yoga TX, and today we're going to have a short but powerful flow aimed at supporting and stretching the low back. So we're going to start by warming up the belly, warming up the core muscles to support the low back. A lot of low back issues are caused by a core that could be a little bit stronger. And once we bring the fire, we've warmed up the muscles, then we're going to stretch out the low back. And we're going to end in a nice Shavasana. So to begin, if you have a block, grab a block. And we're going to start on our backs. Just keep the block handy. We're going to take a minute to center on our backs. So legs can be outstretched, or if your low back is feeling tight, I would bring feet hip distance or mat distance apart and let the knees collapse in. This provides more space for your low back and sacrum to relax. We're going to place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. And then close your eyes. Feel your body sink a little more into the ground, as if you were floating in the ocean. So you're surrendering your weight. And feel your body breathe. Notice which hands are moving or if both hands are moving. And now begin to deepen your breath. Inhaling, feel the hand on your chest rise first, and then maybe the hand on your belly. And then exhale, belly pulls in and chest collapses back down. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling, exhaling. Continue to breathe deeply and mindfully for the next few breaths. Feeling your hands rise and fall with the tide of your breath. Release your hands down to the sides. Grab your block. We're going to place the block in between our thighs, below the knees, so we're not squeezing in with the joints of our knees. We're going to stack knees over hips, feet flexed, so we have a 90-degree angle here with our legs. Squeeze in with the block, and you might already feel your low belly engage. Right here, this is already a core strengthener. We're going to interlace our hands and bring them behind our head. Let the elbows get heavy, almost as if we're laying out in a really awkward position on the beach right here. And just breathe in here, staying connected to the part of your belly below your belly button. Inhale, no movement, and then exhale, curl up. Inhale all the way down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale down. And we're going to keep coming up on the exhale. Shoulder blades lift off the ground as much as you can get them. And keep squeezing into the block, but knees don't move. They stay over the hips. It's kind of hard to talk and do this at the same time. And do 5 more. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way back down. This is just as important as exhaling up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, all the way down. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. And this last one, we're going to curl up and hold. Keep pulling navel to spine. I wonder how red my face is right now. And inhale all the way down. Keep the block between your legs, hug your knees into your chest. Just feel the heat you just generated and brought up. Then we're gonna keep the knees in towards the chest. Re-engage the inner thigh, squeezing into the block, and bring your hands out like a letter T. Palms can be up or down. And we're gonna exhale to the right. Hover your knees 2 inches above the ground. Keep squeezing the block in. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left, hovering an inch or 2 above the ground. Squeezing the block to come through center. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, dropping and hovering. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to the right. Keep moving at your own pace. Getting into the obliques. Squeezing into the block is also really good for protecting low back. So we're not gonna displace the sacrum. Do one more time each side. Doesn't matter how many you've done, just that you've done it. And then come back to center. Remove the block for now. Hug your knees in your chest and just draw circles with your knees, slowly going to the left. Go back. And then reverse. The knees come in towards belly. Bring your hands underneath your knees or around your shins. And we're gonna rock and roll 3 times. And on the 3rd time, we're gonna cross our ankles and come to all 4s. We're gonna stack hips over knees. And we're just gonna let our belly get soft, coming through cow. Exhaling, pushing the ground away, but focus on bringing navel to spine. So this is still a core workout. Inhaling through tabletop and cow. Exhaling, pushing the ground away. 3 more times. And then come to a neutral spine here. Look out past the edge of the mat, and option to curl your left toes for a bit more stability here. Inhale the right leg out behind you. Keep the hips square, right toes flexed towards the earth, straight leg. And we're gonna inhale, get long through the right heel, and then option to bring left hand into it, pulling left fingertips away from right heel. So getting long and pulling belly to spine here. So balancing is also about the core. Breathe. And on an exhale, we're gonna round in, knee to elbow. Inhale, expand. If this doesn't work for you, you're gonna bring the hand back down and then exhale, round in, knee to nose. Inhale, expand back. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. One last time on this side, and this time when you exhale and round in, we're gonna hold. Keep pulling right heel to right glute, top of right thigh to right belly, and belly towards spine. Breathe. And inhale, extend back. Right knee comes down to meet the left. Close your eyes and just feel your body move in an organic way after being so contained and aligned. Just find what feels good. And then come to neutral. Take a breath. We'll move to the other side. Inhale, left leg back. Take some time setting up here, getting long and straight through that left leg. Keep it at hip height, toes facing the earth. Option to extend right arm out. And then pull the toes and fingers away from each other, navel to spine. Make sure your neck isn't collapsed. You're looking out past the edge of your mat. And again, exhale, round in, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand out, or you can just round in, knee to nose. Inhale, expand. Exhale, round in. Inhale, back. Exhale, round in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, round in, and hold. Left heel to left glute, top of left thigh to left belly, belly to spine. Breathe. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, bring the left foot down next to the right. And now we're gonna come to kneeling just real briefly. Just circle our wrists in case they got tight. And grabbing our friend the block one more time. Place the block at the top of your mat, and we're gonna hug the block so that we're framing it with our index finger and our thumb. And we're gonna place it here, and we're gonna make sure the elbows are underneath our shoulders. We're gonna come into a forearm plank. So we're gonna start with our knees down, navel to spine. And we're just gonna press down evenly through our forearms, through the webbing between our thumbs and index fingers. And you want your hips and shoulders more or less aligned, which I hope they are for the camera, I don't know. And breathe. Three more breaths. Make sure you're puffing up between your shoulder blades and not collapsing. And exhale, just come down to your belly. Push this out in front. Bring your hands back by your hips. And just loop your shoulders up, back, and down, and maybe come up to a grounded locust pose. Hands root into earth, feet root into earth. Mini back bend. And release. We're gonna come back. One more, or maybe two more forearm planks. So this is the way I built my core strength the fastest, is by practicing this. So this next one, we're gonna come into the same variation. Option to lift your knees off for any time. You can have them up for part of the time or down. And this time we're gonna focus on pushing down and then rolling the forearms in towards each other to fire up deep inner core muscles, and hold and breathe. So keep pulling in. And you'll find a brand new connection between your forearms and your deep core muscles that you probably didn't know was there. And if you shake, just breathe through it. And exhale, release. Stack your hands, rest your left cheek, and totally let your belly soften. You can feel the heat distribute through your body. And one more, and then I promise we're gonna begin to work on the cooling down, stretching part of this. So we're gonna come up again. Knees are on or off the ground. And this time, we're gonna practice on pushing down, rolling in, and maybe pulling our chest through. This is all just energetic work. We're just choosing any one of those directions. Just work on pulling your chest forward and breathe. For 3, 2, 1. And stack your hands. Right cheek comes to your hands and relax. And then we're gonna push back into child's pose. Keep your knees together to release your low back. If your forehead doesn't touch the ground, that's okay. You can grab your block or a blanket or a towel and just rest your forehead here. You can bring your hands back, palms facing up alongside your feet. Just focus on sending your breath here to your low back. And then fingertips come to the floor, slowly curl up. Coming up to kneeling, rolling your shoulders up, back, and down. Take a breath. Swing your legs around and come on back down to our backs. Knees pull into chest. Roll back and forth. And then hands cup the knees, fingertips pointing towards the toes. This is my favorite low back stretch of all time. So we're gonna inhale, straighten the arms, let the knees fall over the hips. Hold here. And then exhale, pull the knees back in. Inhale, straighten the arms. Knees go over hips. Exhale, pull the knees in towards your chest. So we're gonna keep moving like this, but let your movement be as long or as fast as your breath. So not only is this a low back lengthener, it also gives you a really nice massage. If you want, you could just pause this video and do this for as long as you want. Otherwise, next time the knees come into the chest, we're gonna bring our arms out like a letter T, and we're gonna drop the knees over to the left. And we're gonna place left hand over right thigh, right palm is facing up. Just breathe here. We're gonna be here for about a minute. If your low back doesn't feel supported, you could grab a blanket or a block and just place it in between your legs for some support. Or sometimes people like to put the blanket underneath their bottom leg. I like to put it in between. And breathe. Again, you can pause the video here and stay for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to squeeze our legs together or into the blanket or block, and then come through center, and then exhale to the other side. Just letting everything relax. So relax your toes, your ankles, your feet, your legs, everything's on the ground. And this side may feel completely different from the first, and that's okay. We're all asymmetrical. It's a universal characteristic of being human. Stay here longer or squeeze into the midline. Come back to center. Place your feet on the ground and remove the blanket or block if it's in between your legs. And we're gonna come into happy baby. One last low back stabilizer. So you can come into happy baby here, grabbing the backs of your knees. Feet are flexed towards the ceiling and just pull down on your legs. You can stay here, or you can grab the outside edges of your feet, pulling down on your feet, feet towards the knees and knees moving down towards the ground by your armpits. And keep your sacrum on the ground. So it's a little bit of core engagement here as your hips open, but your low back is getting space and support. This should feel really good on your back. If it doesn't, leave me a message and maybe I can help you modify. And exhale, bring the feet together, hips towards, or heels towards your hips. Let the knees fall out to the side. Take a couple breaths here, again, keeping your low back on the ground. And then release your feet. Coming out to Shavasana, keep the feet mat distance apart, knees collapse in, or you can stretch out into full Shavasana. Either way, find what is most supportive for your back. And then inhale through the nose slowly. Sigh out through the mouth. 2 more times like that. One more. And release into Shavasana. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe stretch your arms away from your legs. And then roll on over to either side. Pause for as long as you'd like here. Or begin to push yourself up to seated. Coming to a comfortable seat. Loop your shoulders gently up by your ears and down your back. Hands come in front of the heart. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in this low back journey. I hope this has helped in some small way. Please leave your comments below. You can follow me at www.phoebedyoga.com. The same on Instagram and Facebook. And please be sure to like our page, Yoga TX, on YouTube. Thank you. Namaste. Never whatever's pent up there. Breathe in space. And then exhale it out. Again, I welcome you to stay here longer if you need. If you're following me, we're going to come back up to tabletop position.